Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Life is one of the heaviest beams one can try to support. It is known to go through storms that contain heavy winds and downpours. But you are built to stand and not collapse. I challenge you to grow out of your comfort zone. The biggest giant you will ever face in life is your mindset. One of the biggest things that limit us and keep us defeated is the opinion we have of ourselves. When I changed my mind, it changed my life. I didn't just survive, I bounced back better. Bounce back better. Bounce back better. Bounce back better. Bounce back better.
Hello, and welcome to MyLitestruction with Eric. I'm your host, Eric. Take the time and please share the broadcast out. Share it out on your page. We have a great show today. We have an awesome guest. So take the time to share this out real quick before we get started. Hope everyone's Monday started off to a great start. Hope everyone had a blessed and safe day today. By the way, hope everyone's weekend was great. But definitely take the time to share this out. Today, we have Miss Sheila Neville-Johnson, and she's going to be with us today. And say hello to the MyLitestruction family.
Hey. Hello, MyLitestruction family.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you here. Yes, guys, it's going to be an awesome show. We're just going to take a few minutes just to let a few more people get in here before we get started, because I want everyone to hear this interview from start to finish. Hello, Miss Julie Martin, my big sister. What's up, Brother Pat? Thank you for tuning in, Pat. Yeah, but as I stated, I want everyone to really hear her story. So I'm going to take the time to let a few more people get in. Yeah. So as I stated, take the time, share it out, comment, like while we're speaking here. And at the end, we definitely will answer any questions that you may have. So yeah, take the time to share it out. But as I stated, we have Miss Sheila Neville-Johnson today. And she has a great story about how she went through that season of loss years ago. And she suffered the loss of a loved one. And basically in the midst of that pain, she found joy. She figured out a way to find joy. And now today, as part of her healing, she's a comedian, and she, helps other people laugh. So I love her story, and I'm glad to have her on here. So once again, let's welcome Miss Sheila Neville-Johnson. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How you doing? I am just so happy to be on your show and have this opportunity to share.
Yes, I'm definitely glad to have you here. So we're just going to jump right into it. Born and raised on the East Coast in Boston, Massachusetts. So tell me, what brought you to the desert?
Well, I came to the 100-degree desert because my parents are retired here. My sister's here. So basically my home base is here as far as family. So I decided to endure the heat and, just connect with family.
Awesome. So you had family here actually before you decided to move here.
Yeah, before I came here, I was actually in Atlanta. I went from Boston to Atlanta and went to fashion design school, and I really enjoyed, living in the South. But just for a change of pace, and like I said, just to reconnect and rebuild and get to know, as you grow your family and the family grows, you just want to kind of all be together so you can kind of support each other, you know?
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So because I know a lot of people that I've met out here, they were like the guinea pig. They moved here first, and
Mm-hmm.
then family kind of came behind them. So luckily, you already had family here. So
Yeah, yeah.
definitely. So I we worked together uh,
Mm-hmm.
for a while, and I would see you from time to time, and you would always be so full of life. And so what is it that gives you so much motivation daily?
Well, first of all, I got to say, God is my base, and I'm not saying that as far as meaning that every morning I do everything I'm supposed to do, pray, and I do the best that I can, but God is the base and family. And basically, I like people. I act like I don't like people, but I do like people. Knowing me and working with me, if you see me, you saw me for a second and I was gone. You had to try to catch
Hmm.
me, but most times I was trying to, because we worked in an environment that was very stressful, very restricted, and not everybody has family. Not everybody has somebody they can connect with. So I always wanted to find a way to connect with people on a level that was, even if it was just a smile, the hello, activities in the center, activities to just kind of include everybody, to
Uh-huh.
make sure that those people that were alone but afraid to say they're alone had the
Right.
encouragement they might not have in a friend or a family member, just to kind of like embrace people. So that motivated me every day. And that's why I was so busy working on projects and doing this and doing that, because I basically care about people, but don't tell nobody
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I first would notice you, you wouldn't talk a lot, but then
Mm-mm.
one day we had a conversation, and after that it was kind of like when I would see you, it's like, yeah, but you would be talking and running, but
Mm-hmm.
but you always would have this joy, you would always have this glow on you, but and it shocked me because every time I saw you, you was full of joy. And then when I asked you to come on my show, basically I was asking you to come on the show because I know you're a comedian. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
the LiteStruction family, they need, someone to come on and bring a little laughter into
Mm-hmm.
to their lives. As Pat said, laughter is healing for the soul. And
Mm-hmm.
then when we were chatting, you revealed to me that you lost your son in 2011, and I know this had to halt your life. So
Mm.
can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like my son passed in 2011 in August. This week, as a matter of fact, August the 20th. And of course, the world doesn't stop. Like, you're in your grief and you're in your pain. But like I said, thank God I had God and I had family that kind of not only just uplift and support you, but the people that would help you pack up the stuff. And they basically were building me because they knew at some point I would have to start my life over. You know what I mean? I would have to heal. And one of the things that my parents assist me with was finding the job at where I work now. So I lost my son in August and I started working at my current job in November. I didn't tell anybody that I lost my son. I just was just engrossed in the work, and I got like a shift that was opposite of my normal schedule. It was like a way of grieving, but I didn't want, the people, when you say you lost somebody, especially a child, they pour that on you. They don't know how to treat you. So I didn't want to be treated. I just genuinely wanted to give to people and have people give to me naturally. And in a way, it healed me because people were helping me because they genuinely cared, not because they knew my circumstances. So, but it was very, very painful, very, very painful. And it stops you in your tracks. It still stops me in my tracks, but I try to find, that joy moment by moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't relate, but
Mm-hmm.
my sister, she lost her son. He was 14 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
him being my nephew, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I had all girls, she had all boys, so he was like my nephew slash
Mm-hmm.
son. And
Yeah.
it's something that you never get over it. You never get over
Yeah.
it. And one of the things for us, we just tried to live out some of the stuff, and we still are now. Myself, her, her two other sons. We just try to live out some of the things that he never got, to accomplish or experience in life. So, but yeah, definitely, it never gets old. Losing a child is something that no one wants to experience. But what advice can you give to someone that may have lost a child or a loved one here recently? What type of advice could you give?
Well, I want to say that, at first you're going to hurt. You're always going to hurt. That's not going to go away. But one of the things that I've done is learning to celebrate your child's life, because sometimes it's almost like a shame or a taboo. If there's any joy, there's that guilt, like, oh my goodness, should I be happy? Should I, you know what I mean? It's that you carry that weight. But every year since my son has passed, I've done a celebration of his life, because one of the things that he liked about me as a mother was my laugh. We were always trying to laugh. We were always doing joy. So one year we did wrote a letter on a balloon and did a float. Last year we did something where we had a rock garden. I had everybody who I know paint on a rock and submit it online. So it's a way, because when you're hurting, guess what? The people around you are hurting, especially during that time. So it's a way to include family and friends and let them know, you know what, I'm going through this, but I'm going to, basically what I feel like what's most painful is that the loss is that you feel hurt because you want to give that love. You want to give that love to that child, give that love. But, so I just give that love to others, like my coworkers, to people around me, to someone else. And it's kind of like a healing. And this is important because I didn't do it initially. Like I said, I used to work 7 days a week straight, and I was just trying to forget, but taking the time to heal. As a matter of fact, this week is my the anniversary week of my birthday, as well as my son's memorial. I take this time off to heal. I take this time off to just realize who I am and what I lost, and remember all the moments. And let me advise people around you, please don't be afraid to acknowledge it. Don't be afraid to acknowledge the birthdays, because honestly, we are craving to celebrate the life of our children, the life of our loved ones, or people are afraid to say something. But make us feel like, you know what, you share the love with us. So that's healing, when you don't feel like you have to hide it. You know what I mean? So I think that's just one way to heal. And comedy, as a matter of fact, comedy is one of the ways that I gave back. It was years later, but because I said, you know what, the laughter and the joy that I gave my son, that my son liked to hear from me, I want to share that with others, because everybody's going through something. Everybody. And if you can get on stage and be vulnerable and let somebody know, hey, these are my downfalls, these are my faults, I got a lot from y'all, I do. And laugh, it releases something. Joy and love and laughter are connected,
Yes. Wow, that's good. I love that. So your story, as I've told you 1,000 times, is amazing. And basically after pushing through your pain, you started to heal. You found growth in helping others, and then in 2018 you became a comedian. So tell us, how did that happen?
Well, I never intended to make people laugh, but working at the job, I don't know, for some reason people would just be laughing. They just thought I was hilarious. Okay. And I grew up being around comedy and doing comedy. And when I was 15, I got a comedy award, and I was mad because I wanted Miss Congeniality. Okay. Comedy was, I was like, I don't want that. I want Miss Congeniality, and that's comedy award. But I appreciate it now. But I was like, you know what? I went to an open mic with a friend, and I said, let me just try this. So I went home the next weekend, did an open mic, and they just kept telling me to come back. So, and then it started from there, and I just kind of built up. So it was just like a accident.
Wow. But natural talent is what wins the hearts of others. I'm a firm believer in that. I think I'm funny too, but I know I can get on stage and hold holds people attention. More than likely they'll be booing me to get off. But in my own little inner circle, I can bring laughter. But tell me, so how does it feel, to bring laughter to people? How does it feel to be on stage and basically you can actually see people, you're bringing the funny and people are actually connecting with you and wanting more? How does that feel?
It feels amazing. Like when I first started to get at them, I'm always nervous. I'm like, oh, what if I'm not funny? But what I love about stand-up is that there is no fourth wall. There's people there and you have attention of people and you have the opportunity to shine and, and it's inclusive. And when you can look somebody in the eye, and a lot of the jokes that, I write out, but when you can look at that person, you connect with them and it just turns around. And after the show, a lot of times I'll have people come up to me and say, oh, you know what? I can relate to that. I've been through that. You know what? I thought it was just me. So it's kind of like a way to just let people know, you know what? We are not perfect. We're all going through something. And I think it's freedom in, just the freedom. Even like when you get up there and you make a mistake, sometimes that is funny. Sometimes that is funny, but it is the best. Like the first time, I mean, I did it as open mic and I kept doing and working it. But when I got on the Tempe Improv stage and I had the lights and I got up there and it was like a different art because, smaller venues, it's your friends and they're like, oh, you are so funny. You're so funny. But when you go to a venue where it's strangers and they get you, oh my God, I was like, this is what I want to do. So I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one thing, if you don't have the fear of not being accepted, being in the audience with total strangers, having an audience of total strangers is the best way, to practice because, sometimes your friend's not going to tell you the truth. They'd be like, oh, I love this show, or you're funny, or, whatever it is you may be doing, oh, I love this. This is nice. And then you'll get around other people. They'll be like, you need to work on this, so they'll be honest with you. But when you see total strangers and they're definitely receiving you, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It really brings on, more confidence within yourself.
Plus, it lets you know that what you're talking about is relevant because comedy is relative to what is going on around you. So the comedy I was doing before COVID, it's totally different from the comedy I'm doing now. You know what I mean? And so you want to be able to connect with people, not just like, because you and I can connect on different things. We work together. You might get the joke because we work together, but you want to be able to connect on a human level. Right. And I think it's that human level that makes a person feel like, okay, you know what? I am okay. I've been there too. And I think that's important. I think bringing joy to people is so healing. Just to give is so healing. And then they give you that back. So it's reciprocal. So I love, that's my favorite part,
Definitely. Wow. Yeah. So other than form, is there anything else that you use as part of your therapy?
I do. I'm also an artist. I do graphic design, illustration, hand paint glass, and also one of my favorite things I love to do is I'm a face painter. A lot of people don't know this, but let me tell you something. Face painting is harder than comedy because children, if it ain't cute, if they don't like it, they're going to tell you. Okay? They're going to, oh, that's not cute. I don't like this. So they're going to frown and pout away. But it's almost like if you want to feel that level of joy, if you paint, have you ever had a kid get their face painted or been to a carnival and you see the kids and like the joy that it brings just because they become something else, even if it's a flower or whatever, just that acknowledgement of when that child looks up at you and they give you that pure joy and they're just elated and happiness. And so it's like giving back to children. I lost my child early and it was so hard, but to be able to give somebody else's child joy, to be able to give them, and not only the parents too, because the parents are so happy and the parents feel so free. Because, if you give your child something, all you want to do is see that child's face light up. And so I'm more scared of face paint than I am of comedy, but because kids are going to tell you straight. Adults, like you said, will sugarcoat it, but at the same time, you can tell just by the rapport back and forth of, and I think, like I said, especially in time of a loss, and this just goes to anybody, whether you lost a child, a parent, a job, a situation, because it doesn't have to be a loss of a child or loss of a person. Just if you lost something that was important to you, it's important to just go out there and proceed. Because honestly, my Instagram page, I did Facebook for friends and family. Instagram, I did for me. I never expected anybody on there. Never expected anybody. I just wanted to have a platform so I could see what I was doing.
Right.
And then one day it was
Right.
like, boom. I was like, okay, how'd they find me? But what it did was it built a resume of stuff that I've been working on. It shows growth. So if you look at when I first started to now, it shows growth.
Right.
So if you
Right.
continue to build, even through the pain, even through whatever, just continue to just grow on what you learn. It turns into something beautiful. It's painful, and I don't want anybody to think that it's not. I'm still not in pain. I'm in pain, but it's like I've learned to adapt and embrace the love around me and give the love around me, and that keeps me moving. This show, my coworker.
Right.
So I appreciate you in just having this platform.
Definitely. And every time I bring a guest on, what you just said right there was powerful. You're still in pain, you still go through, but at the same time, you found a way to continue to push through, in the midst of your pain, because as we said, losing a loved one is never easy, and it may not be losing a loved one. We all have different seasons that we experience, an overwhelming amount of pain. But it's okay, it's okay to lay in it for a bit, but eventually you have to say, okay, my time is up, and you have to find that strength to get up, and sometimes it's not going to be anyone around to push you. So you have to find it within yourself to get up and push through the pain. But, and so many people fail to realize, sometimes we're waiting for someone to come and pull us up out of it, and it's almost like you're out in the middle of the desert, or you're out in the middle of the ocean, and you just land there and you're waiting for that boat to come. Well, you can only float so long. You're going to have to start swimming. But if you swim a little bit, float a little bit, swim a little bit, float a little bit, catch your breath and keep pushing, you're going to reach it. You're going to eventually reach the shore, and you can stand on your feet, and gain your strength back. But it's all about not landing it, figuring out how you can find joy, in the midst of it. So, I love it. I love how you just, sum that up about, hey, yeah, I still go through on any day. And, I commend you once again, which shows you have great strength. I commend you for coming on this week, because you did just say that this is, the anniversary of, his birthday, right? His birthday.
Yeah, August the 20th.
Okay.
So like I said, this year I'm honoring my son's memory by being on your show and sharing with other people who may be going through something similar. And what you said was important. Catch your breath. You got to catch your breath to move forward. So, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing, the 20th is his birthday, and the 18th, which is what, Wednesday, is your birthday?
No, the 18th of August is my birthday.
It's your birthday,
the 20th of August is the memorial when he passed.
Okay.
And then his birthday is in September,
Okay.
September 13th. So, yeah.
Okay. Got you. He was a Virgo. So he was definitely, because I'm a Virgo, September 5th. So definitely great-spirited person. Great-spirited person.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, you've said a lot. You said a lot that was very, very inspirational. But what is something that you can say to inspire people that's watching, whether they lost someone or not, but they're kind of in their comfort zone right now, and they just need a push. It may be something that they're thinking about doing, but they just keep on hitting that pause button or hitting that snooze button instead of acting out on it. So what is something that you could say today to inspire them, to kind of jump out of that comfort zone and push forward?
Well, I just want to say, you know what? There's so much that's unexplained, but we are here for a reason. Connection is key. What you do affects somebody else, whether it's small things make a difference. There's no way that I could predict working together that it would come to this show. There's no way that, like I said, the thing that I love is that you had no idea when you
Right.
contacted me that we were going to be talking about this, and I think just that one small thing, do it because you feel it and because you love it. And the thing is, this is, you don't need an audience. You don't need a
Right.
reason. Just do it because it is in you, and you honor yourself, and you honor the memory of the person, or you honor your life, honor yourself, and just move, keep moving, just one step at a time. It wasn't overnight, but just take one step. We
Right.
breathe one step at a time, and it's just like the world is going to keep on spinning.
Yes.
And that's the harshest
Yes.
reality, is that you wake up and you're stuck, but the world keeps on spinning. And I think that even though we feel alone, we're never alone. People are always watching. And I think just a small token of just, hey, a smile, even if you're hurting, a smile will do. Or a hug, or just even if I think it's important to acknowledge who we are, and that we were born with potential, and regardless of whether we know or not, we are here for a reason. And
Yes.
connection is key. My connection with you is going to connect with other people, and vice versa.
Right.
So I'm like, do not give up. My story is just beginning. And in spite of everything that I went through, I know that God has a purpose in my life. And even when I'm not trying, sometimes he opens doors and I'm stepping through and don't even know it. But prepare yourself so you're ready. I always say, my motto is work your dream job so you can work your day job so you can do your dream job. So just doing that one thing, showing up for work, opening the mail, small things make a difference, because you never know when that small step is going to make a difference and escalate you forward to healing.
Yes. Wow. That was good. That was good. and I love that, because what you just said about do it, and you don't need an audience, and I do what I do because I slept on it for so long, and then I finally came out, and I wrote my book. And then, after I completed my book, basically, I just woke up one night and I just heard, God speaking to me, telling me, you need to be a blessing to others. Yes, the book was the start,
Yes.
but you need to create a platform and be able to, give others strength. There are so many people that's, like hurting, and they need strength. And sometimes I'll come on and I may only have one or two people that's watching, but I still give a presentation and I speak from my heart, just like I have hundreds watching, because out of those two people, either they both need it or one of them need it, but if it's two people watching and they stay through the whole broadcast, then I felt like I did my job. I'm not going to cut what God puts on my heart to share with others short because there's only one person on or two people on. I'm still going to give my full deliverance. And every time that I complete it, either that night or the next morning, I receive an email, I receive a text message, I receive an inbox on Facebook Messenger or whatever, and someone is telling me, how I blessed them, how I gave them a push, how they was about to throw in the towel, and I'm like, okay, God, I see you. So for that, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. And, I actually, I love what I do. I love what I do. And I know this is just the beginning. I know it's just the beginning, for yourself and myself. We're going to look back at this interview, in a few years, and it's going to be like, wow, so yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, because, you have an angel that's looking over you, and he's going to make sure that he make sure a door is open for you, and he's going to create a platform, that you really thought was like far and unachievable, and
Right.
the door is going to open for you. The door is going to open for you, and I can't wait to be in the audience, sitting back, once you walk on that stage to perform. So
Yeah.
definitely, and I got caught up there.
Hey,
Bouncing
you know
back.
what? Keep it real. I love
Yeah,
keeping it real, being candid and
right.
keeping it real, because
Yeah,
this is not something pre-planned. This is something that I feel is God ordained. And like I said,
right,
that one person, what if that one person you connected with is a leader that's going to lead other people or help other people? You know what I'm saying?
right,
So I'm
right.
all about that. Like, and I said, one thing that I got to say to people watching and just even to myself, sometimes I felt like, you know what? People do this, this, and this, but doing comedy is not significant. You
Hmm.
think in the scope of things, people are up here, but sometimes I used to discount it like, oh, it's just comedy, I'm just making people laugh. But when I used to do like walking in the parking lot, people would be like, oh my God, I was going through something. And da, da, da. So I realized that, like you said, whether it's one person, two person, just like I feel so overjoyed just talking to you to be able to share and get this out, because this is healing. This is healing me,
Right,
help, because this is the
right.
first time I publicly talked about my loss of my child. People know I'm a comedian, but they don't know, because I didn't want to be out there like, oh, she's a comedian, da, 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 da. But this is the perfect platform to share it, and this is healing me and helping my heart, and I hope that it helps others who have went through a loss, especially of a child, to know that you're honoring your child, because your child, more than anything, what does a child want? Their parent to be happy and to be full of love. So you honor your child's memory by giving that joy. So I appreciate
Yes.
you so, so much. You don't even know this is going to escalate me by just talking to you and sharing my story with others. So I am so, so grateful. So I appreciate you in your journey.
Yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate you, Sheila, because as I stated, it's something that, you know, like you said, a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people, they don't celebrate them because they are trying to just push it to the back of their mind. So for you to choose, my platform, for to come on and let it be the first time that you talked about it, I don't take it lightly. And
Mhm.
but I do know that the more that this video is played back and
Mhm.
this broadcast is shared, someone is
Mhm.
going to see it and they're totally going to be blessed by your story. So I definitely love it that you agreed not only to come on but to talk about your son, because you could have easily came on and we could have just talked about something else. But
Right.
when you shared that with me, I was like, oh wow, this is going to be a powerful discussion. So
Mhm.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, this has definitely been amazing. I know your story has given our streamers some strength today. Do you
Mm.
have any upcoming performances coming up?
Well, um, I was hoping to get back out there, but then that Delta variant happened. So I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
performed anything publicly. But let me tell you something, talking about opportunity. Let me tell you, since COVID, I thought, oh gosh, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But since COVID started, I've done radio interviews. I've been a co-host on a show. So there's doors that are opening for other ways for me to share. So I'm gonna be doing something, whether it's on Instagram, but I did write a comedy special, an hour comedy special.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that there's gonna be a platform. Well, I know there's a platform, but just when everything gets together, so I can perform that. And one of my goals that I want to do, I want to perform in LA, of course, get my feet wet
Okay.
with the big dogs. But as
Gotcha.
soon as something comes up, I will definitely post it. I will definitely
Uh-huh.
share it and make sure that someone say, "Hey, I would love to perform, but until everything kind of calms down, I'm going to be at home, just being silly."
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll be standing by waiting to see that post because I
Hmm.
definitely would love to see it. Definitely would love to
Hmm.
see it. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, definitely. Well, I couldn't bring you on, without having you give us a laugh. I'm sure there's someone watching today that definitely needs to laugh. They kind of,
Mhm.
bring a little medication to their pain. So help us out. Give us a little
Okay.
laugh today.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something funny. I work at a call center. Been there 10 years, and that is not the joke. Okay, that is not the joke. People try to act like it's a joke. Okay,
Uh
don't judge me. 53 at the call center,
huh.
but some people looking like, as soon as you say you work at the call center, they're like, okay, like you in prison or something. It's better to say I work at a prison. And I can understand the correlation because if you ever worked at a call center, it's super micromanaged. The first day you get there, you don't have a name, they give you a number.
Yeah.
People get confused because if I'm taking selfies at work, they see the barbed wire fence, the white building with the prison windows, the windows that are just like a slimmer, but they care about us, they don't want us to get shot. So they have those fake security in the prison windows, keep us safe. But
Right.
it's funny to me because if you work in a call center, it is so secure. They got cameras in the parking lot. They got cameras in the break room. There's like 500 people in the call center at a given time. Okay, we're so secure, but they can never figure out who's stealing the lunch. I don't get that. Okay, they can't figure that out. But let me tell you something. Right? I'm not lying, right? But the
No,
funny
you're
thing
not.
is, but it's super micromanaged. Try to be 2 minutes late. Okay, they are on you. Okay, security tapping you on the shoulder, trying to walk you out. So because what I'm saying, because most call centers are in an industrial area. There's construction. There's this. There's that. You can leave your house an hour and a half before and still be late. If you
Yeah.
get there, you might run over to the desk. You got the broken cubicle, the cubicle next to the white chalk line with the tilted keyboard. You can't clock in. So if you see me running, I'm in the parking lot. You see me running from the parking lot, right? Everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows the protocol.
Right.
Move out the way. Move out the way.
Yeah.
Nah. Here come Becky Sue. Becky Sue wanna stop somebody talking about, hey girl, how you doing? How's your day? Becky Sue? I don't have time for that. I do not have time for that. Okay. So I push Becky Sue out the way in her wheelchair. Okay. So I can clock in on time. Okay. And some of y'all, I know you looking at me like I am not petty because I do not discriminate. Okay. And I'm telling the truth. Yep, some of y'all wanted to do it. I know you did.
Yeah.
I'm only saying what you're thinking. I know
definitely.
what. Okay, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
Definitely. Oh yeah, yeah. And I totally get it. It's been plenty of times when I was still there, and I would be running, and somebody wanted to stop me. Eric, how's it going today, man? I need to get a T-shirt from you.
Okay.
Whatever. And I'm like, if you don't move out of my way.
Okay. Trying to get shanked in the parking lot. Stop playing.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you for that laugh. Thank you for that laugh.
Ooh, you welcome. Oh my gosh.
Another thing, real quick. You spoke about your Instagram page and all of that good stuff. So how can we follow you on social media? That way we can keep up with you as far as upcoming shows, connect with you on Facebook and all of that. I think you told me it was Linktree.
Linktree, Sheila Neville-Johnson. And if you click on that link, it has like past performances, past interviews, anything that's coming up or anything that's going to be pending, I'll post it there. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Is there anyone streaming that may have some questions for Sheila? If so, type them in that comment box and I'll have her to kind of answer some questions for you. So yeah, definitely. If anyone that's watching has any questions, or if you just want to give feedback on anything that she mentioned, feel free to type it in there while we're waiting to see if anyone have any questions or anything. I'm just going to do my weekly plugs real quick. For those of you that would like one, I have these awesome T-shirts here. My life is under construction. You can go to my website, MyLitestruction.com. They are $15. I think it comes out to like $18 with the shipping and everything. So yeah, definitely you can go to my website and purchase one of those. Also, that same MyLitestruction.com. You can go there. Basically, if you would like to purchase one of these great books, you can go there as well to purchase a book. And also, it's never going to get old. I kind of talk about it every week. It's something that's dear to my heart, but I'm trying to purchase 1,000 of these, through my distributor, and be able to go out to different facilities and be able to donate these books to people that's struggling and they're trying to rebuild their lives. I do believe that this book will definitely be a blessing into their life. So basically, I'm trying to purchase 1,000 of those books. So once again, you can go to my website, MyLitestruction.com, and you can definitely make a donation on that book campaign tab. No amount is too small and definitely not too big. We have purchased thus far, I think about 200 books. So, we have been able to distribute some, but yeah, we still have a ways to go. So definitely, if you guys go to that site, it would be greatly appreciated. Somebody
Eric.
said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I want to do a shout out to my coworkers. Okay. And they know who they are. I seen Christina on here, and I just want to give a special shout out and send love out to her because she's one of the coworkers. We started training together. So she's been there from the beginning. She's always been a supporter of me. She's always been encouragement. And I seen that she was on there and left a comment earlier. So I just want to say shout out. Much love to you, Christina, to everybody. But since I saw her, I didn't want to give her a special shout out.
Definitely. And Christina actually just commented and said, we need more walking videos. She loves your daily check-ins.
They need more what?
She need more of your daily check-ins.
Oh, walking in the parking lot. Okay, I hear you. I got you.
Yes, and a good friend of mine, Beverly Sharon, she's in Virginia. She said, thank you, very inspiring. She really needed this tonight. And Christina, it's great. I heard what you said about her, and it's so awesome when you have that person that was there with you when you started out, and everything that you do, they're there to support you, because I don't take support lightly at all. A few weeks ago I talked about support, and support is big. That's big, because it's really what gives us that push. So to have her on there, always by your side, that's great. And like Beverly Sharon, it's almost like, and she's back east, so it's what 9:44 there, but
East
every
Coast.
Monday, but every Monday night, she's on, she's watching, she's commenting, she's sharing anything that I do, and I do not take your support lightly, Beverly. I love you for the way that you support me, because it's support is rare. You don't get a lot of it. So when you have someone to support you, it's big. Miss Julie said, Eric, do you have a special group that you are targeting for your book distribution? It's mostly people like my first distribution, they went to like halfway houses. So it's individuals in halfway houses, and they're bouncing back. But I'm looking for, if you know of places, please let me know. It's basically, maybe homes that house people from domestic violence, people that suffer from low self-esteem, depression,
Mhm.
not only addiction, and things of that nature, but any type of stronghold that kind of have pulled you down, and you're trying to fight to get out of that hole and bounce back. So any type of groups that kind of any type of self-help group that kind of brings self-awareness, are the groups that I'm targeting mostly. So yeah, if you know of
Yeah.
someone, please
Mhm.
please let me know. It would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I think that's like I said, going back to Christina. Christina was one of the ones who didn't know my story, like you didn't know my story, but she was
Mm-hmm.
there when she found out my story. She's been there, but also at work we have a group of about 90 women where we support each other. Just what like we even your page is also on our page as well. So whenever you post, there's women that post on there, so that your knowledge is being shared on our page. I think community is so important,
Yes.
and it's a
Yes.
small group. It's a way for, and we started it because it was a way for us to have a common denominator of just being women and people to just
Right.
connect and share. Because I think your strongest bond is when you have community and we can
Yes.
build off each other. So
Right.
I'm all for like if just uplifting one another. So that's why I said your
Yes.
show is so important, and we support your show on our page that we have as well. So
Well, I appreciate it. I
mhm.
definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah. So once again, thank you so much for coming on. Uh, this has been great. Uh, I know the feedback is going to be, amazing. I'm looking forward to the next week or so. And also what we're doing now. So I'll send you that link as well. And everyone streaming, be sure, if you're not connected to my page, that's what I forgot to do. If you're not connected to my page, for those of you just sharing, please, I'm on social media. Please go and follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. It's all LifeStruction with Eric on all four of those platforms. So definitely go on and follow me on those, and I'll be sending you the link, Sheila, because basically what
Okay.
we do, once we complete this, then tomorrow we go in and we slice the audio, and we
Okay.
kind of cut and paste, and we push it onto our podcast.
Okay.
The podcast is actually on Spotify, so I'll send you that link, and you will be able to
Okay.
put that link on your website as well,
Oh, awesome.
from the
Yeah.
interview. So it'll just be the
Yeah.
audio. So
Okay.
to those of you that's watching, please watch out for that link. Please take the time, to go and watch it. I know you watched today, but please go back and watch that audio. I'm trying to get up to a certain amount of listeners so I can kind of move one level up and try to get some sponsors, to help me on my podcast. So definitely take the time to do that. But yeah, definitely don't log off at the end. We'll chat a little more. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, thank you so much for coming on. As I stated, I look forward to seeing you grow and blossom.
You as well.
I watch your videos, and the stage loves you. The audience loves you. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you grow.
You as
Thank you
well.
guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Uh,
Absolutely.
I love you guys for, coming on every week and, taking time out of your Mondays. I know Mondays are not easy, for a lot of us. We get home and we kind of just want to sleep. So I thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening. Yeah, and in closing, just remember, every morning it's mandatory that you slide out of bed ready to build. Some days you may need a jump start to power up a smile, but once that smile is ignited, it will send a signal to your heart. Go throughout your day smiling from your heart. It's a mandatory tool for your life structure. And with that being said, you guys go on with your evening, and have a blessed evening.
All
And
right.
we'll see you again next Monday.
All
Love
right.
you guys.